Psychology. Psyche is a Greek word which means soul or life. Logy, on the other hand, means explanation. So basically, psychology refers to the explanation of the soul or life. It is the scientific study of the mind and behavior. Psychologists try to explain why and how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. We study through critical research, interview, survey, group therapy, diagnose, treatment, and study case. Our main aim is to provide a good quality of life.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Suraya Gazzaz. I'm a clinical psychologist. I attended Ifat University and I volunteered in Saudi German Hospital for 4 months. And I volunteered in World of Learning School. And I volunteered with the elderly and orphanage. The subject we studied in psychology are introduction to psychology, of course. You learn about the basic fundamentals of psychology and the fields and the houses and the therapy. And then you start learning about development psychology, the different stages of life in a human. And then we took courses like personality psychology, social psychology, group dynamic, counseling. We took, of course, mental health. We were introduced to all the diagnoses and the disorders and how to treat them and their causes and their effects. We took cross-cultural psychology. It is basically about psychology in each culture, how it differs from one place to another, and history of psychology, how it develops throughout the years. We took family and marriage therapy, of course. We took statistical and assessment psychology. This is something important. I didn't know that math is included in psychology. It is, but in a statistical way. You start learning about how to collect data and how to calculate it. Finally, we took corporate, community psychology, media, and language, and so on. In my opinion, a student should try to focus on self-discovery and self-development. In other words, a person should try to know who he is and what's his dreams and purpose in life. Through that, a person will find himself within the major itself. A person will be able to explore a new side of himself, his capabilities, his worth, his talents, because psychology is all about the soul and the self and the mind. So by understanding yourself as a human, you will understand other humans and psychology. Work and projects we do in psychology is all about research. Sometimes the teacher chooses the topic for us, and sometimes we have the choice to choose it ourselves. According to the topic we choose, we have to come up with a theory or a hypothesis. Sometimes we need to do analytic research or experiments or survey or case studies to try to find results that would correlate to our theory. Before you graduate, you have to do 2 things, an internship and a final project. First, the internship is working at a hospital or at a clinic or at a mental center, or if you want to work in human resources, and this is the internship, and then you have to write a journal about your experience. About the final project, you have to pick a topic that, of course, is related to psychology or related to the courses you have taken throughout the years, and then you have to come up with a theory, your own theory, or a theory you believe or strongly agree with, and then you have to start doing a practical research with your participants. My experience as a college student in general was like a transition from teenagehood to adulthood. I have learned a lot from the experience of being independent. I learned how to study and work under pressure. I learned how to be responsible for my own choices. Unfortunately, the only jobs available in Saudi Arabia for psychologists is being a counselor or a clinical psychologist at the hospital or at a center, or being a social worker at schools, and maybe a human resource in an organization or marketing. But the main challenge in Saudi Arabia is because of the culture. Arabs don't really consider the emotional side of a person as much as they consider the physical and biological side of a person. They tend to underestimate the issue. It was very exciting to actually work because it was the opportunity to see what you have studied theoretical into a practical phenomena. I was really eager to see schizophrenic, bipolar, and social anxiety patients in real life. And I was surprised to find out that they are totally different from what I have read in books and in slides. It was like an experience to travel in a journey through another human's mind. My advice for high school students when they want to choose a major is self-discovery. You have to read a lot, you have to try to know who you are, and to try to know what are your dreams and passion in life, and this will help you to choose a major.